Good morning, I'm Brian Reagan. This is
Tyler Kelly.
And we welcome you to Mornings with Brian and Tyler. And today we are in Proverbs chapter 9, verses 1 through 6.
Wisdom has built her house. She has hewn her 7 pillars. She has slaughtered her animals. She has mixed her wine. She has also set her table. She has sent out her servant girls. She calls from the highest places in the town. You that are simple, turn in here. To those without sense she says, come eat of my bread and drink of the wine that I have mixed. Lay aside immaturity and live and walk in the way of insight.
All right. You say, wait a second, this sounds like the other woman. Yeah, that's the point. Mm-hmm. Wisdom has wine for you. Wisdom has a meal for you. Wisdom has attractions for you. Wisdom says it's time to grow up and quit satisfying your flesh. And here's the thing. When you read the Old Testament, Tyler, and especially the promises in Deuteronomy as they were getting ready to go into the land, would basically every fleshly desire they would have had been fully satisfied if they would have kept to the spiritual nature of the covenant?
Yes.
Yeah.
And flowers, milk and honey, everything you could ever want, the land will provide for you.
Long life. Everybody in the country's good looking. So you don't? Yeah, I do. He said the days in the life in the land of Israel would be like the days of when heaven was on the earth, i.e. the Garden of Eden. Adam was the most handsome dude that ever walked the face of the earth. Eve was the best looking chick that ever walked the face of the earth. Nobody ever looked better than those two. Jesus did. No, he didn't. Isaiah 53 says there was nothing attractive about him that anybody should have wanted to come to him. That doesn't mean Jesus was ugly. It just meant Jesus wasn't going to be voted People Magazine's top 10 sexiest men. He wasn't handsome like that. No. He was just an average looking dude. Why? Because God didn't want people to come to Jesus because he was good looking. He wanted them to become because of the Word. Because of the Word. Wisdom wants you to come. Why? Because of wisdom. But wisdom says, I smell good. I got some wine for you. I got meat for you. I'll give you pleasure, son. But it's not the pleasure that'll kill you. Because all the pleasure of the flesh takes you one step closer to death as time goes on. But all the pleasure of wisdom, it can satisfy your flesh now. No, brother, you can't. The Garden of Eden. All the fruit there and all the vegetables, tasty or probably not very tasty?
Probably tasty.
Probably tasty. Now, I've had some fresh citrus here in Florida. I still remember the first time, though, man. We were coming back from Mexico. Catherine and I were. And we came up out of the valley. What's called the valley there in Texas, the Rio Grande Valley. And come back through Corpus Christi, and you had all these guys. And this was like late December. And all of it was brand new, fresh picked produce from the valley. Now, I've had some good, really good grapefruit here in Florida. I've had some pretty good oranges. Best grapefruit though I've had, it's Florida grapefruit. But dude, that citrus, Catherine will tell you, it tasted so good. I probably bought 250 or 300 pounds of citrus. Because dude be standing there with his knife and he'd go, here, try a slice of this. And I'd be like, I want 10 pounds of that. I want 20 pounds of that. And I stopped at like half a dozen stands. And the whole back of the car was filled with citrus. And she looks at me, she says, what are you going to do with all this? I said, I'm going to eat it all, baby. And she says, you can't eat that much citrus that quick. She says, you cannot eat 10 pounds a day for the next 30 days or whatever it was. Because it was a ridiculous amount. She said, you know you're going to have to go to church and just give away a bunch of this and bless everybody at church, right? And I said, yeah, you're right. I said, the Lord knew what he was doing, having me buy all this citrus to go back and bless my brothers and sisters. I'm here to tell you, Tyler, when fresh fruit is fresh and not pesticide laden or anything else, dude, it's hard to beat. Now here's my question. Who made all that stuff taste so good?
God.
God. For us. You're supposed to get pleasure from your flesh if you're living in righteousness.
Mm-hmm.
And wisdom's offer is, come to me, walk the righteous path, and I'll give you satisfaction, spirit, soul, and body.
Mm-hmm.
And the ridiculous, and Tyler, I used to teach it. You can't satisfy your flesh is evil. Yeah, your flesh is evil when it's not submitted to God.
Yes.
But once it's submitted to God, then you can enjoy it. And wisdom says, come on, I got wine you can drink all night long, and it won't have the same effect on you as other wine. Well, she's talking metaphorical wine. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get to the New Testament fulfillment of that as we move into wine later on. Other thoughts or comments? Now, just so everybody knows, no, I no longer score citrus by the 100-pound. It's not that I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
It's that my wife tells me, you have enough. Because fresh citrus is just hard to beat. Any of it is hard to beat. I'm Brian Reagan. This is
Tyler Kelly.
We bid you good morning, Lord. We'll see you at lunchtime.